Ukrainian health minister says the invasion by Russian forces has so far killed 198 Ukrainians, but the United Nations is estimating that tens of thousands of people have escaped Ukraine in the past 48 hours.
Fighting has spread into the streets of the Ukrainian capital, Kiev, following Russia's overnight launch to residential and social infrastructure. Images on Saturday morning showed severe damage to the outside of the apartment building, with the outer walls of several units blown out entirely. Emergency workers are on the scene helping to evacuate residents. The extent of casualties is not yet clear. The Russian ministry statement also claims units of the armed forces had taken control over the city of Melitopol in southeastern Ukraine. China was one of the 3 countries that abstained from voting for a United Nations Security Council resolution to condemn Russia's actions in Ukraine at a Friday night meeting. India and the United Arab Emirates also abstained from voting, while Russia used its veto power as a permanent seat on the council to block the measure. After the vote, 50 countries released a joint statement accusing Russia of abusing its veto power.
We thank the member states who signed as co-sponsors of this resolution for standing with Ukraine and for the UN Charter today. We will be taking this matter to the General Assembly, where the Russian veto does not apply, and the nations of the world will continue to hold Russia accountable.
The United Nations Charter has been challenged in the past, but it has stood firm on the side of peace, security, development, justice, international law, and human rights. Time after time, when the international community has rallied together in solidarity, those values have prevailed. They will prevail independently of what happened.
Other countries moved to punish Russia and President Vladimir Putin for its invasion of Ukraine over the last few days. But China has avoided condemning the invasion, instead accusing the US of fueling fires. China's United Nations ambassador Zhang Jun said on Friday any action from the Security Council should be truly conducive to diffusing the crisis between Russia and Ukraine. Reports say France is sending weapons to Ukraine. This could serve as a moral booster at a time the nation is under an intimidating, heavy, crushing weight. Meanwhile, as fighting spills into the streets of Ukraine, the government is encouraging civilians to brace up and take up arms. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky has vowed to fight on in the face of intimidation. President Zelensky is, however, not forgetting to call for help. He has asked the United States and Western nations to intervene in the raging battle, which is claiming lives, causing more casualties, confusion, and international tension. Well, still on the Russia-Ukraine crisis, the Nigerian embassy in Poland, with volunteers from the Nigerian community in Poland, is making arrangements for the safety of Nigerians able to cross the border from Ukraine. A statement from the embassy gave an address for Nigerians to present at the border and set to be present rather at the border, and says vans and buses will be available to convey them. The federal government of Nigeria is also making necessary arrangements for the evacuation of those stranded in Ukraine through the embassy in Warsaw, Poland.